Early morning at the Tokyo terminal of Japan's Super Express, the Shinkansen. Sleek, clean and checked from stem to stern, Hikari 23 sets out on her long journey to Hakata. Every day, 120 Shinkansen trains depart from Tokyo Station. Half of them, the Hikari, stop at only a handful of major stations. The remainder, named Kodama, stop at all stations along their route. At 9 a.m. precisely, Hikari and her passengers begin their westward journey.
This is the Super Express Hikari bound for Hakata, with stops at Nagoya, Kyoto, Okayama, Hiroshima, Omori, and Kokura. For your information,
beyond the urban sprawl of Tokyo are Japan's principal southern cities, her centers of culture, Kyoto, Nara, and Nagasaki, and some of the most impressive coastal scenery in the world.
The dining car is number 8. The ferry service is provided.
Services between Tokyo and Osaka began in 1964. Since then, the line has been pushed further and further westwards, first to Okayama, and then to Hiroshima and Hakata, a total distance of 670 miles, 1,069 kilometers. Each 16-car train carries 1,400 passengers. 1 billion people have traveled by Shinkansen since service began in 1964. Seats can be reserved at the green ticket windows in 760 stations throughout Japan and at JNR Travel Center. All the ticket offices are linked to a reservation center in Tokyo, and the ticket is printed out automatically at the terminal. The comfort of the Shinkansen trains is legendary. Comfortable seats, air conditioning, and an almost total absence of noise from the track lull the traveler into a mood of total relaxation.
Kyoto でございます。お出口は左側でおよそ2分止まります。お降りの方はお忘れ物ないようご支度ください。まもなく京都でございます。
The 300-mile journey to Kyoto takes just 2 hours and 50 minutes. In no time at all, the concrete and steel of Tokyo have been exchanged for the ancient stones and wooden temples of Japan's former capital. Hikari 23 heads for her next port of call at top speed, 130 miles per hour. Scrupulous track and car maintenance ensure that the Shinkansen trains can run for long stretches at top speed and in complete safety. Wherever possible, the track goes through mountains rather than around them, since a straight track also helps the train to maintain high speeds. There has never been a passenger accident on the Shinkansen. The train is in the safe hands of an automatic train control system, known as ATC. The computer at the ATC center in Tokyo Station transmits signals to the train, and these are displayed on the speedometer in the driver's cab. At the same time, the train is under the surveillance of an overall traffic control system, known as CTC. All the trains on the 670-mile Tokyo-Hakata line are monitored according to a pre-forecast traffic diagram. The position of any train, its number and ATC signal indication, the wind speed along the route, and other important data are constantly fed into the ATC computer. Second by second, the whereabouts and safety of the trains are watched over by the control center. The technology for this remarkable system was developed entirely in Japan. Next stop, Okayama. And Hikari 23 arrives precisely on time, 4 hours and 10 minutes after leaving Tokyo, a distance of 422 miles. Okayama is an old and interesting city. The Shizutani school has stood here since 1707. It was built by a great feudal lord as a place of learning for his samurai retainers and their sons, and for the common people living in his domain. In the center of the city is one of Japan's most celebrated gardens, Korakuen. When Korakuen was built in the 18th century, this area enjoyed great prosperity, and this is expressed in the expansive and rather informal design of the garden. Built for the enjoyment of a feudal lord, this serene and tasteful garden can now be enjoyed by everyone. Because of its gentle climate, Okayama Prefecture is blessed with some of Japan's most fertile countryside. Over 1,000 years ago, this district was called Kibi, and it was an important center of culture. Hikari 23 speeds through Shinkurashiki Station. The old merchant town of Kurashiki is famous throughout Japan for its unusual and charming architecture. 300 years ago, it was a center of trade in Japan's most important commodity, rice. Boats carrying rice moved up and down this waterway. Beautiful white-walled warehouses surround its banks. In old Japan, rice and money were inseparable, and an atmosphere of wealthy respectability still haunts Kurashki's unspoiled streets. Chance encounters are among the greatest of travel's pleasures. Here, by the Seto Inland Sea, a fisherman has many stories to tell. These beautiful waters, dotted with green islands, are a paradise for lovers of seafood. Onomichi is one of the many villages and towns where a visitor can encounter the harvest from the inland sea. Fish of every kind, as fresh and colorful as the moment it was plucked from the water. At a local restaurant, fugu, or globefish, is served raw, in paper-thin slices. The exquisite delicacy of raw fish must be tasted to be believed. The aroma of steamed oysters, lobster and crab is like the sea itself. Fukuyama. From the train window, Fukuyama Castle can be seen still keeping watch over the surrounding city. Over half of the passengers on the Shinkansen are businessmen. Because of the speed and punctuality of the train, they can do business on the other side of Japan and return the same day. They can make and receive telephone calls from major cities along the route and work comfortably during the journey. In fact, the Shinkansen has become a main artery of the Japanese economy. .258, and Hikari arrives at Ogori.
まもなく小郡です。お出口は左側でわずか1分止まります。乗り換えのご案内をします。山口線をいた方は。
Planning of the Shinkansen route has always taken into account the need to connect passengers easily and quickly with existing local lines. The city of Hagi is one of the many interesting places which can be reached easily via a local line. Only a little over 100 years ago, Hagi was a key city in one of the most dramatic periods in Japanese history, the Meiji Restoration. Samurai of Choshu, as this region was called, gathered here and left their mark. Many are remembered as national heroes and founders of modern Japan. Much that is old and soothing and worthwhile can be found in Hagi, including a restrained style of pottery, which finds a special place in the tea ceremony. Hagi is a place to visit again and again. Hikari begins to turn southwest towards the island of Kyūshū. Until about 30 years ago, people, cars and trains crossed the Kanmon Straits by ferry. Today, it takes only 6 minutes for Hikari to go through the 12-mile-long undersea tunnel and draw into Kokura Station. Kita-Kyūshū City is the gateway to one of Japan's most dramatic sightseeing areas. The beautiful old town of Nagasaki, an impressive coastline, and huge active volcanoes are among Kyūshū's attractions. And today, Kyūshū and many other places of interest in between are just a few hours away from Tokyo. The Shinkansen has revolutionized travel in Japan, and the millions of people who travel on the Shinkansen every year can take for granted its complete safety, comfort, and unrivaled punctuality. Hikari 23 nears her final destination. She is on time to the second. The 670-mile, 7-hour journey is over. This is the Shinkansen, a classic train making a classic journey across Japan. Welcome aboard.